Hey guys, I'm Mahir and I'm back for the final episode of season 1 of God in Terms of Physics. Last time we had discussed a probable theory about teleportation in our universe. Now, let's go on to another part. Today, we shall discuss in deep detail on the principle of superposition. The principle of superposition states that when two or more progressive waves travel simultaneously in a medium without affecting the motion of one another, then the resultant displacement, the resultant amplitude of each particle of the medium at any instant is equal to the vector sum of the displacements produced by the two waves separately. Obviously, we know that a particle has a dual nature. It can exist as a particle and as a wave. So, when it exists as a wave, it shows this peculiar principle of superposition. Now, suppose we have two waves. So, we have two waves of the same frequency and they are traveling in the same direction. Then, due to their superposition, the resultant intensity at any point of the medium is different from the sum of intensity of the two waves. At some points, the intensity of the resultant wave is very large, whereas at some points it will become zero. This phenomenon is known as wave interference, and the interference is said to be constructive at points where the resultant intensity is maximum and destructive at the points where the resultant intensity is minimum or zero. Now, if superposition is being shown in sound waves which have particles and the particles are behaving as waves, so as can be said for any particle in the universe. Establishing this fact, now let's go back to what we were initially discussing. We found out that God may exist in a form of a black hole or a singularity or the energy at the center of the universe, a dense mass or a nucleus, and that contains and controls the quantum fields around us. Now, whatever that dense mass is, it is going to consist of some particles, and the particles are going to behave as waves. They are going to show superposition, and hence, because of the interference, they can be conducted to large distances, and that is why we can conclude that it can control the quantum field around us. That is how the signals from there are reaching around us, and that is why sometimes we feel that our life is being controlled by some external force. Now, suppose that dense mass of a nucleus was a black hole. In physics, we say that a perfectly black body can emit waves of any wavelength. So, that is why a black hole is the most probable thing which will be existing over there, because as it emits any wavelength ka waves, so that is why we can say that it can control any quantum field anywhere in the entire universe. So these matter waves are actually the reason for the some control we feel in our life by a higher energy or by a higher power. Thus saying this, I end season 1. Thank you for following me up till here. Thank you for your support. And be sure to catch my next podcast, which is going to be based on time travel and super speed in humans. Thank you so much.